We've got the sun, we've got the sea, and two bargain-hungry Brits ready to troll for treasure.
I say collectible. You have the final say. What do you want to say?
At this stage, rejectable.
The question is, will they sink or swim when it comes to making a profit in the UK?
Are you going to sell to this lady for £49.80?
There's only one way to find out. Let's get ready to rummage. To Italy's east coast. You know, this place was just made for sun, sea and bargain spotting. We're in Grotto Mare. With its crystal clear water and its long sandy beaches, it attracts more than 500,000 visitors every year. And it's very easy to see why. It has perfect sunny weather, a wonderful laid-back atmosphere, which makes it ideal for anyone who thinks they deserve a well-earned break. Not that our contestants are going to have time to laze around, oh no. They're going to be very busy scouring the seaside stalls for souvenirs of an antique variety. Grotto Mare's location on the beautiful northeast coast of Italy makes it a haven for holidaymakers. But this place hasn't always traded in seafront chic. The original town was built high on a hill away from the sea. But landslides in the 18th century forced people down to the coast. From there, a new cosmopolitan Grotto Mare was born, with a stylish seafront and elegant architecture. Now, if you were rich and you really wanted to impress 1900s Italian society, you had your luxury villa built in the Liberty style, because Liberty was the Italian version of Art Nouveau. Now, we're going to hear an awful lot more about Liberty in this programme, but right now, we've got a contest to get underway, so let's go and meet the teams. Today's contestants should be top-notch traders, as they both work in shops on London's busy Oxford Street. But can they swap high street fashion for cut-price collectibles? Well, first up is Sarah from Buckinghamshire, who's been bargain spotting ever since she bought a period cottage in Princess Risborough. She's an avid collector of pool pottery and reckons she's got the perfect plan for victory.
My game plan is to really go for some stuff that people don't normally get to see here in the UK. Some stuff that maybe it's not just that I like, but really will attract lots of different customers onto the stall. That's my game plan.
Sarah's right-hand man today is Oxfordshire-based antiques dealer Jonty Herndon. Jonty's a true mastermind when it comes to making profit, and his specialist subject is furniture. Well, up against Sarah is friend and former neighbour Isabella, who collects kitchenalia. She loves trawling around boot sales and thinks that she'll spot the best continental collectibles.
When we're in Italy, I'm really hoping I'm going to find lots of fantastic objects at the market there. Probably some glass, I'd imagine, and some other nice decorative items. Back in the UK, I hope they're going to attract loads of customers to the store, because I think they're going to look pretty spectacular if we get some nice, bright items, and hopefully then make loads of profit and ultimately win the competition.
Providing expert help for Isabella is Mark Franks, who's a bargain spotter extraordinaire. With over 20 years of collectibles knowledge, his eye for an antique is second to none. So, now we've met the teams, let's get on with the game. And today's contest is something of a novelty, because we're going to be shopping into the night. Well, good afternoon, bargain spotters.
Good afternoon, Angela.
Now, look, it's just, 5 o'clock, and these stalls are only just beginning to open, but that's because they're here until midnight this evening. How do you feel about shopping the night away?
Exciting. Very exciting.
It's certainly going to be a new experience for all of us. Now, Sarah, what are you going to be looking for particularly?
Well, I'm going to try and get a load of different things to appeal to lots of different people. And I really want to try and find some stuff that's a bit unusual and you wouldn't normally find in the UK.
Well, I think she's going to be right there, isn't she, Jonty?
It sounds complete music to my ears, so we're raring to go here.
And how about on this side? Isabella, have you got anything in mind in particular?
I'd like to find some nice decorative items, I think. Maybe some pottery and glass, and then anything else that jumps out at us along the route.
Well, what's jumped out at you so far, Mark? You've had a quick look round.
See, I want to come and jump in the sea. No, there's some fantastic stuff here. I mean, it's oozing quality. Yet again, some great stuff. So I think we just got to take our time, because it's rather hot, and choose carefully. I think we'll be fine. OK, well, this is the moment where I hand over the money belts. There's £350 worth of euros. Remember, you've got to spend it all, and you have to buy at least 10 items. You've got the experts there to help you and give you a bit of advice, but buy what you like. Just remember,
Is it collectible or is it going to be rejectable? You have to make a profit on this stuff, or try to when you get back to the UK. Guys, there are your books.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you're all ready, belt up and let's get buying. With £350 worth of euros burning a hole in their pockets, our teams are hot to trot.
If you buy this, I think you'll be quackers. Say cheese.
Little pulley system for lights.
Nice bits of jewellery there. John T, go and do some work, John T.
I think that would look quite good if I wore those with
the glasses.
With the glasses,
Absolutely.
That illuminated rock. 70p per item. I like the look of that.
Royal Sheffield.
Oh, yes.
That's seriously scary.
Well, while the teams are busy bargain spotting, let me remind you of the rules. I've given each of them £350 worth of euros. Now, they have to spend all of it and buy at least 10 items. Everything that they buy then has to be sold at a market back in the UK, and whoever makes the most profit, that's the winner. So the competition's underway, and John T's keen to keep himself and Sarah firmly in the frame.
This is a reproduction mirror,
Right.
and I can tell you for why. It's just simply two-tonal. You see where the dirt has kind of been like rubbed in to the grooves here?
Yeah.
If that was a period mirror, all of that dirt would be all sorts of different colours, all different kinds of tones. Here, we've just got this sort of browny sludge,
Right.
like somebody's just smeared it.
Right.
And that's exactly what they've probably done.
Further along the seafront, Mark's not the only loudspeaker in the market.
Oh, the old gramophone.
What do you think? Do you think it's worth considering?
How old do you think it is?
I don't know, actually. How can you tell?
Well, there's a few little giveaways. If you look around the back here, you can see this is forged out of one piece of metal.
Right.
And if you look at the way it's finished, and down the bottom, these new nuts. And have you noticed everything on the stall is immaculate and really well polished, apart from this? See the dust around this side there?
Yeah. I wonder if it works.
I think this is less than 20 years old.
And the ticket price here is, what, almost £100. So I would call that a serious rejectable.
Okay.
I think it's a reproduction. And look at this, it's so
quite
tinny. It's 80 quid. And I say, beware this
Beware.
one. Collectible, rejectable?
Rejectable.
I'm with you.
Sound advice there from Mr. Franks. Now, we may be here for the antiques, but for most people, Grotta Mare is all about lying on a golden beach and drinking in the chic seafront style. The town is just a short hop, skip and a jump from the UK, with regular flights to the nearby airport of Ancona. Now, from there, you can either hire a car for the 45-minute drive, or why not enjoy the hour-long train journey, which takes in stunning views of the Adriatic coast. Back at the market, I've been doing some shopping of my own. Well, I've really had a lot of fun finding today's bonus item. That's the item, of course, which a little later on I'm going to give our two contestants an opportunity to win off me. Whoever is closest to guessing how much I paid for it, they get it for nothing, which means when they sell it back in the UK, it is pure profit for them. And today what I've chosen is something I've never seen before at any market that we've been to so far. I found a stall which sells nautical memorabilia from the Italian luxury cruise liner company called Italia. Now, they built luxury cruise liners from 1920. They produced 10 of them, and the biggest, the most luxurious was called Conti di Savoia, and it was launched in, we think, 1935. Now, this is a soap dish from that ship. There is the coat of arms of the ship itself, and this is interesting, the pattern around the outside, because while Mussolini was in charge in Italy, which was up to 1945 when he was assassinated, all of the silver plate on the Italia line ships had this line and cross pattern around the edge. And I can show you how luxurious the boat was, because here is a photograph from one of the original Italia brochures, and there is the Grand Salon of the Savoia. Now, we think that this soap dish probably came out of one of the bathrooms in one of the staterooms, and if the boat was indeed launched in 1935, then this little dish is 70 years old. It's made in sterling silver, and this is today's bonus item. Now, if you fancy shopping at Grotta Mare's novel nighttime market, it takes place on the last weekend of every month. The Marche region is famed for its crafts, and amongst the 130 antique stalls you'll find artisans selling anything from handmade ceramics to finely woven lace. If our contestants play clever, these regional specialities could translate into exotic wares back in the UK. Along the seafront, competition is hotting up, and Mark Franks is a man with a plan.
I think we've got a really good chance here because we're off the seafront.
Yep.
And I don't think Jonty's going to come here.
But do they underestimate Herndon? Jonty Herndon. Nobody does it better, eh, Jonty?
OK, a lot of candlesticks there. What do you think? Seasonal?
I think I quite like the silver one there, actually.
Silver ones.
Yeah.
Take a closer look. Right.
It's quite nice, isn't it?
Actually, on its own, away from all that other stuff,
Yeah.
it's quite elegant, isn't
Stands
it?
out a little bit more.
Look at the bottom. What do you notice? It's Velcro-y sort
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
stuff
so
in
it's
it.
not that old then.
It's not that old.
Yeah.
But regardless of that,
Still looks quite nice.
how would you dress this up, though?
I think I might just get some really sort of funky coloured candles and put those in it.
I like where you're coming from. Elegant?
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the only one that you like, yeah?
Much prefer that to the other ones there, and I think it stands out a lot more, so...
OK.
I think
Wait
it'd be
there
good.
and I'll find out a
Okay.
price.
Let's have a look.
Both the same.
They're probably applied panels into a piece of furniture.
Yeah.
So maybe into a wardrobe, an armoire
Yeah.
of some description. They're all,
How old do you think these are?
they're about 100 years old.
Yeah.
And if you turn it onto one side, like so, have a look at this. Can you see that the fact here that it's all cut out of one piece of wood?
Right.
This is not applied, it's carved.
Yeah.
But it's probably machine carved at this time. 100 years earlier, maybe 50 years earlier, that might well have been hand carved, which would have been absolutely fantastic to find. They're made of walnut. This is a nutty brown colour. You can see the grain on the back there. Can you see that?
Think these could sell?
I think they're really attractive. Well, it's all down to price, really. Because you've got a pair. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's a nice sort of pair, and a pair is always more valuable than two singles.
But can Sarah and Jonty carve themselves a deal?
That's about £40. About a bit lower, a bit lower. Yes, 50. That's fantastic. That's about £30.
Sarah and Jonty have paid £34 for the decorative wooden panels. Can Isabella and Mark hold a candle to that result?
Good news. 25 euros. Collectible or rejectable?
Collectible.
Excellent. That's £17 for an attractive silver-plated candelabra. Well, always one to brighten my day, Jonty has spotted something rather illuminating.
Angela, at home, there's a huge renaissance for Italian glass, particularly Murano glass, and I've got two really contrasting examples here to show you.
Sort of ancient and modern, isn't it?
They're both exactly the same age, though. This is a replica of a 19th century Murano chandelier, and this one here is truly spectacular from the 60s. This is designed by a gentleman by the name of Vanini, who's very well known, and he's a glass designer that's still alive today.
And each piece moves.
It must look truly spectacular when the lights in the middle shine all the way through.
Is he making any more like this?
No, this is from the 60s, and this is known as his basket design. Quite
Absolutely
extraordinary.
glorious. And very collectible then if he doesn't make them anymore.
Yeah, something for the future. Even not today, I think this is a lovely contemporary design. Whereas this is just like completely contrasting, completely over the top, but it's so Italian.
Yeah.
Murano glass, they've been making glass on the island of Murano, which is just off Venice, for literally centuries. And they have been so well known for the clarity of their work and also colour. And look at the colour here. It's a chandelier that's got all kinds of things going on here. We've got these coloured flowers on the top, all the way down with this sort of floral designs here. I'm going to ask you a question here. Which one do you prefer?
I prefer this. I think that is absolutely stunning. I tell you why, because it's timeless.
I'm pleased you said that. I'm pleased you said that because this is my favourite too. They're also priced at the same kind of ballpark because, you know, nothing has a label here. The stallholder is asking around sort of £1,200 for each item. And I still think that represents really good value for money. I would imagine that something like this, if you were to buy this from Venice today, because you can, would set you back about £5,000.
That's if it was new.
That was new.
But then you'd have to buy the house that went with it.
Absolutely. Whereas this, you cannot replace at all. I think that's lovely. It's really charming. So
Glorious piece.
you're both looking at value for money here.
Well, I suspect those lights might come in handy when the sun goes down. But for the time being, I'm off to explore the Liberty architecture that gives Grotta Mare its unique style. Liberty was first seen in Turin in 1902. It was Italy's version of Art Nouveau, which had really been started in Paris some 13 years earlier. An awful lot of people referred to it as the floral style because indeed many of the designers did take their inspiration from the various colours and shapes of a whole variety of plants. But in fact, Liberty comes from the London Regent Street store of Liberty & Co. because they sold Art Nouveau, they designed Art Nouveau, and they became synonymous with the whole Art Nouveau movement. Like all Art Nouveau design, the Liberty architecture of Grotta Mare is characterised by organic forms. And if you look closely, you'll notice that many of the decorative designs pay homage to one particular plant. Outside of Sicily, Grotta Mare is one of the few areas in Italy where it's possible to grow orange trees, and for many years that humble fruit was a major source of income for the region. But then this inspired the Liberty architects, who came to completely redesign the town. And a century later, the Liberty buildings of Grotta Mare look as modern as ever with their clean, simple lines and bright colours. Liberty designers such as Cesare Bazzani were heavily influenced by the Far East, and many of the grandest villas built in Grotta Mare feature impressive oriental roof structures. These towers serve no particular purpose, but as pieces of design, they are fantastic, and in many ways they sum up the ethos of the Liberty design. The artists of Liberty and Art Nouveau wanted to ensure that every aspect of the buildings reflected their design. So you see it not just in the architecture and the external paintings, but in everyday utilitarian objects like the railings around the balcony, doors, door fittings, light fittings. Everything had to look beautiful. The whole of Grotta Mare is infused with Liberty style, which gives it its stylish and unique identity. And of course, Art Nouveau is still highly collectible and very popular. So our two teams are going to have to keep their eyes peeled for turn-of-the-century treasures. It's 2 hours since our team started shopping, and they're struggling to spend their money.
I don't know about you, but I'm finding it really tough.
It is.
It's tough to find things.
Struggle.
Yeah, I think we've almost covered almost every stall, and we've got not very many purchases.
We've only got about 3 items.
Sarah and Jonty need to try a different tack, so they're going to suss out some modern collectibles.
Well, yeah, Sarah.
Wow, look at these.
They're rather cheeky, aren't they?
Yeah,
You fancy these?
Yeah, they're quite cute,
30
aren't they?
euros?
Yeah,
It's
why
a
not?
cheap buy. We've got money to spend.
That's more like it. Sarah and Jonty have got 10 glass animals for just £13. All they need to do is sell them on for a few pounds each, and they'll take home a handsome profit. Isabella and Mark are taking a cautious approach, carefully scrutinising every potential purchase.
What do you think about this?
It's all right. What do you think about it? More to the point?
really like it.
Could you explain?
I think, well, I can sit in my house.
What are we actually aiming to do here? To decorate your house, or are we trying to make a
We're
profit?
trying to make a profit. Do you think we could on this?
I don't know. How much is it?
I don't know, actually.
Oh, 30 euros. 20 quid.
Oh,
I mean, I like it too. I must be honest. I like it. It's a copy, which is a nice way of saying a reproduced Persian style of art. If you look at some of these tiles, for example,
Yes.
these have got a nice bit of age to them. Look, you can see there.
yeah.
What about that? That's nice as well. That works out to about a tenner.
They look quite nice together.
Tell you what, let's get a few things together.
Sarah and Jonty have found their next target.
This is all Tuscan pottery, which is relatively near to where we are now.
Yeah.
Look at this lovely earthenware. So this is all just clay. Only glazed the once, so you've got the glazes running around the outside here. And it's just slightly different.
How about one of those? Oh,
What about both of those, in
pots,
fact? They're quite sweet, quite crude, quite nice.
no, I like those as well.
If you noticed here, it's got, or it looks like it's got some kind of chips and breaks.
Yeah.
But that's completely natural, and that's how it would be sort of come out of the kiln.
So do you think these will sell?
Well, remember what you said to Angela? You were looking for something a little bit different. Well, to
And
me, I think
Italian.
it's a wee bit different.
Absolutely.
What do you feel?
The Parisian-style pottery has got the Isabella and Mark seal of approval. So it's time to close the deal.
The total is going to be about 97.
97 gives us a €7 discount. It's about 60 quid, so that works out to more than tenner each.
How about 70?
Just for this time.
Good deal making, Isabella. That's £48 for 5 pieces of charming animal-themed ceramics. And it's bulk discounts all round.
How much for all?
18.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's
do you
given
think?
us a bit of a
That sounds
discount
reasonable?
there. That's just over 50 quid for the whole lot.
I'd love them.
You gonna go?
Yeah, I think we should do it.
Okay. So help you there. Grazie, signor.
These handmade ceramics may be brand new, but the rustic design should appeal to UK buyers. And at £55 for 6 pieces, Sarah and Jonty have plenty of scope for profit. Now, you can't mention Italy without talking fashion. And whilst our sharp movers continue bargain spotting, I'm off to visit a truly tantalising collection of style. Now, you may have a little difficulty dragging me out of here today because, you see, I'm a self-confessed shoeaholic, and this is a shoe lover's paradise because I'm in the shoe museum at Monte Urano, and this whole wonderful collection of footwear really is a tribute to what is the biggest area of shoe manufacture in the whole of Europe. Shoemaking in this area stretches back to the 18th century, when footwear was made purely for practical reasons. Fortunately for us, fashion soon took over and the designs became increasingly elaborate. These days, any woman who knows anything at all about shoes wants to own a pair by either Jimmy Choo or Manola Blahnik. But between 1930 and about 1960, the darling of the glitterati was the Italian shoe designer Ferragamo. He made shoes for some of the greatest international stars, including people like Marlene Dietrich, Marilyn Monroe, and Brigitte Bardot. And this is a wonderful example of his handiwork. It was designed in the 1940s, but 60 years later, it's as stylish now as it was then. And it's a great example of the way that he liked to use unusual material in his shoes. This one is made with nylon string. And he got the idea by watching the fishermen mend their nets on the River Arno in Florence. This place really is shoe heaven. Important designs by Prada and Tod's sit alongside footwear worn by the rich and famous. These football boots belonged to the Brazilian legend Ronaldo, although I have to say they are overshadowed by a more spiritual item of footwear. These white suede slippers were handmade by a company called Ghirì in northern Italy for Pope John the 23rd. Just look at the beautiful detail on them. There's gold leather around the outside, gold thread here making up the papal cross with these artificial gemstones. Now, it's hardly likely that something with this provenance would ever come onto the open market, but if it did, then the experts tell me that these slippers would probably sell for about £20,000. If you fancy visiting the shoe exhibition here at Monte Urano, or indeed Grottomare itself, then why not go to bbc.co.uk/lifestyle for more information. Back at the market, our teams are nearing the twilight of their search, and Mark thinks he's found a nest egg for Isabella.
What do you think of that? It's what we call automata.
Right.
So it's an automated toy. It's made for amusement.
Rival bargain spotters Sarah and Jonty have spotted some cut-price glass.
Sarah, this table, there's a bit of a sale going on here. Everything on this table is Murano glass, which is very saleable back home. It really is regarded as some of the best glass that's ever come from anywhere in the world.
Mark is still singing the praises of those clockwork canaries.
I mean, I would expect to get a couple of £100 for this.
Really?
The right place at the right time, yeah. Now, some of the earlier ones make lots of money, and these are collectible, so let's find out the price.
Okay.
Vale io chiedo 200.
€200.
Right.
It's worth more than that. Is that your best price?
Posso darlo a 150.
Because you're so beautiful, he's going to do 150. It's 100
So
quid.
it's
100 quid.
I can see it's got a certain charm, and I can see why you're saying that, but I'm not absolutely convinced. I really like it.
Isabella thinks she'll struggle to sell the specialist automata, and despite Mark's best efforts,
It's 100, that's 70 quid. 70 quid.
she's standing firm.
I say collectible. You have the final say. What do you want to say?
At this stage, rejectable.
Her strong-willed opponent, Sarah, is just as sceptical about Jaunty's bargain basement Murano glass.
I don't love it. I don't like the colours. They're all a bit pastel-y for me.
But this game's about profit, not taste.
If you were to buy, say, 4, you might be able to get
Right.
them done, and I think you might be able to get sort of like £15 a shot.
I don't like them, I must admit.
Okay, you're the boss.
Okay.
Okay, let's move on.
I think that's a decision they may come to regret. Nevertheless, as seasoned bargain spotters, both Sarah and Isabella are making confident choices. And I think it's time I raised the stakes in today's competition. So, Isabella and Sarah, how are you getting on?
It's tough. I didn't realise it was quite so hard to spend other people's money, to be honest. But I'm finding it hard. There's loads of great stuff, but it's difficult to make those decisions.
And have there been any disagreements at all between you and the experts?
Occasional little query, I think,
Yeah.
over things, but we're relying on them, I think, to give us a helping hand.
Yeah.
So the competition between you is hotting up a bit,
Yes,
is it?
I think so. There's still time to go, though.
Absolutely.
Well, this is an opportunity now for both of you to get an item which, if you can guess the price that I paid for it, will be given to you absolutely free. So whatever you make for it is pure profit. It's the bonus item. And what I've chosen for you is this little silver-plated soap dish. Now, it comes from a liner that was probably the biggest, most luxurious of the Italian cruise liners. It has the provenance that goes with it in English and Italian, which is proof of where it came from and its age. But what I want you to tell me is how much in pounds you think I paid for this.
£30.
I say a little bit higher at 55.
What I actually paid for it was €30, which is as near as darn it £20, which means, Sarah, that you are the closest, you get it, and whatever you sell that for now is pure profit, and that could be just enough to swing the result of the competition between you.
Lost out.
Well, Sarah's eked out a small advantage there, but at the halfway stage, both teams have plenty of shopping still to do. Sarah's spent just a third of her budget and has £209 left, whilst Isabella's money belt is even heavier at £220. Sarah's tactic of choosing modern collectibles could pay off nicely with these 10 glass animals. They cost just £13 and should be a hit with many younger buyers. But Sarah might struggle to make a return on the £13 she spent on these 3 hand-painted tiles. Isabella's burgeoning stockpile includes this tiny £3 eyeglass, which could see her turn a tidy profit. She and Mark have also picked up a collection of crystal glasses, although at £40 they may have been overpriced. We'll find out which items make the grade when Sarah and Isabella sell their booty at a UK market. And will their Oxford Street expertise come in handy when it comes to pulling in the profits?
Oh, no.
What have you done?
In Grottomare, we're shopping into the night in search of profitable plunder to sell at our UK market. Our teams have just 2 hours left to shop, and with darkness falling, Sarah and Jaunty have been drawn towards the glow of lovely lamps.
These are sort of essentially based on Tiffany lamps that came from New York originally, around the turn of the century.
Nightfall has moved Isabella and Mark into hyperdrive.
Well, when you shop, you really shop, don't you? Not too sure about this, but as long as it's not expensive, I don't mind.
Sarah and Jaunty's approach is more haste, less speed.
A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between Art Deco and Art Nouveau? Are you aware of the difference?
No, I don't actually.
Well, Art Nouveau was a new art form, the new art, that really came up. A lot of it was in Paris, a lot of it came from Paris, and essentially the art form was very, very naturalistic in its form. Now look at the line of that table there. This is very Art Nouveau. That could be vegetation, the legs could be trees essentially, and it's all stylistic. Now this table is reproduction, and I can show you why it's reproduction. Can you see how crudely that's been carved? Now, when a table like this should have been made, that would have been very, very crisp indeed. That's far too crude for my liking.
Okay.
So just from here, that's a reproduction.
Mark's found himself a new look.
Now that is pretty funky, is it not?
It's nice, good.
I like that.
Quite good condition inside as well.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it's not ancient, but it's quite nice, funky.
Suits you, Mark. But perhaps Isabella should do the choosing.
I really like that box.
Yeah, if you like
I
it,
really
I'm
like
with it.
the detail on the front.
Yeah.
It's in quite good condition.
Yeah.
And I think it would sell well.
Basically, it looks like some sort of sycamore box, and this is called penwork. So they use a hot, imagine like a soldering iron or a big thick needle, and they just work on it, burns it exactly, and then they colour it up with different sort of colour washes. And it's a penwork
quite a pretty
box.
design, isn't it?
Pretty, quite classic, nice.
Yeah, good.
In the race for victory, Sarah and Jonty are going for gold.
So what they are hanging corner brackets.
Right, yeah.
Much greater value as a pair. Date-wise, I suppose, they are turn of the century. Now, this is not hand-carved. This is all be gesso. Now, this is
Now, what does that mean?
essentially plaster.
Okay.
Posh word for plaster. So this is gold that actually is applied onto the top of the plaster. When I say that, it's very thin layers of. But it's
it is
still gold. So I can see that we could get probably to the right buyer. They're almost worth £200. You know?
Wow.
At £101, Sarah and Jonty have got a great price for the elaborate corner brackets. Although I do think they're going to have to work hard to find the right buyer back in the UK. Across the market, rivals Isabella and Mark are trying to box clever.
I think it's an apothecary box, basically for a doctor or chemist to store different chemicals and potions and lotions. And if you look at the detail of the side, you've got these lovely flush handles. Now this is typical of what they say campaign furniture, which is furniture for travelling around the country. If you was a colonel or quite high ranking in the army, you'd have had your own travelling equipment, and this might have been something you'd have got perhaps a doctor or whatever in the army. Can you give me a price for all these items?
If you get a lot,
Bulk discount.
Yes.
I was thinking about 250 or lot.
180.
You have to come a little bit more closer.
England's a long way away from Italy.
I know.
And so you've got 200 there and 180. Why don't we meet in the middle? 190. Cash. But listen more.
Isabella and Mark's strategy of buying in bulk has worked again, with a £40 discount for a collection that includes a cocktail shaker, an egg timer, a framed print, 2 pretty boxes, and Mark's oh-so-funky handbag. For ex-auctioneer Jonty, it's hammer time.
So it's a gavel.
Absolutely. It's nice, isn't it?
No, look at the carving that runs around the outside. Isn't that amazing? Lots of detail there.
Yeah.
Even down to the carved ivory
see that.
finial at the end there. It's quite extraordinary, really. It's Scottish. It's about 120 years old. It's very, very well done. To the point where I'm sure we could sell that back in the UK
Fantastic.
if we've got the right kind of price.
Right. So
Shall we find out the
what
price?
do you think it's?
Well, I would imagine to the right buyer, that's 100 quid.
Okay. Should we see how much it is then?
Okay. How much is this?
110.
110 euros. Okay.
110.
Well, we're warm already. What is your best price?
85.
75.
What about 75?
I like her voice. 75.
Is that sold? Going.
Gone.
To you, Sarah. Well done. Excellent news.
Hey.
After a bidding battle, Sarah and Jonty have got the gavel for an excellent £50. With all this bargain spotting to be done, Mark's concerned about Jonty's health.
Isn't the food good? Have you had lunch? You're looking a bit peaky, mate. Have you eaten today? Talk to me.
Thank goodness Mark's got a day job. Taking Grottomare's Liberty style as inspiration, I've come back into the town to find today's prize. Because Grotto Mare is such a temple to liberty and Art Nouveau, it is only fitting that the prize for today's winner should be a piece of genuine Art Nouveau. And that's what this is. It's a little tray in triangular shape that is silver plate on top of pewter. Now you can see the pewter at the back is absolutely plain. There's no design on it at all. It's the silver plate that's been pressed onto it that has all the work on it. And this is absolutely right for Art Nouveau, which took its inspiration from plants and animals, because this little design has in each of the three corners a bird. There's the head and the beak, the eye in there with a little imitation gem, the breast and the feathers, and these are the eggs. Now this was made right at the turn of the 19th into the 20th century. But today, it's a perfect 21st century prize for our champion bargain spotter. With a value of around £150, the Art Nouveau platter will make an enviable prize for either Sarah or Isabella. It's almost 11 o'clock, and Grotto Mare's nighttime market has really hit its stride, with scores of nocturnal bargain spotters perusing the stalls. Mark seems to be in his element. Is this another possible purchase of Bella getting the Mark Franks once over?
I tell you what, I'm actually going to say this is rejectable, and which, when I tell you all about it, you may think I'm fairly crazy. But if you first look at it, look at the detail, and look at all the workmanship in there, and all these lovely, beautiful stars, and all this sort of dragooning down the bottom there. We flip the bottom over, and you can see loads of wear all around the foot. And you've got the polished ponton mark there, so it's been hand blown, and the neck.
Basically a very nice piece.
Fantastic, look at the neck, look at the workmanship. The detail is beautiful, and then it all starts to go horribly wrong with this.
Now that stopper doesn't really match, does it?
Heaven knows where that came from, it's nothing to do with it at all. But do you notice anything else about it at all?
Well, yeah, it's a bit mucky in there, isn't it?
It certainly is, it's like blooming inside, or bloomed. Now, that can actually be worked on, but it's really expensive to get it done professionally. But one thing you can do, which sometimes works, depending on the degree of the smearing inside or the muck inside, is you can put one of them false teeth tablets, you know, the cleaning tablets? Yeah, whack one of those in there, give it a whiz, and sometimes it's just enough to take the edge off of it. Now, if this was in perfect condition with the proper stopper, I would gladly give £200 for it in a blink of an eye. But with the wrong stopper and the condition is not fantastic, I wouldn't even give £20 for it.
So into the reject box with that one.
I'm afraid so.
Can't win them all.
Oh well.
There's less than an hour to go before our teams turn into pumpkins. So can our bargain spotting Cinderellas ensure a fairy tale ending?
It's a nice light.
Yes.
It's a great light.
Yeah, it is actually, isn't it?
Essentially, it's a pressed piece of glass.
Right.
Okay. At the moment, it's about 30 quid. So I kind of think it might be worth a punt.
Yeah.
With £91 left in Isabella's kitty, Mark wants to revisit his favourite item.
It's nearly tomorrow.
Hello.
I want to listen. I can hear birds singing.
No,
and birds
surely
singing
not.
for us. Automaton time, it's got to be.
I'm not convinced about that at all.
Why not?
Oh, I just don't like it that much.
Time is running out. What do you want to do?
I think we should just look somewhere else first of all. What are we looking here? Let's have a look in here just before we go to the birds.
That's it, Isabella. Stand firm.
Possible for 30?
30 not possible.
35?
35, 40.
For me?
How about these vases? €15. Do you
This
think
can't
that's...
be right, surely.
No. €15 each.
Isabella's find looks very familiar.
He's not budging.
No, what do you think? Should we do it? Go on then.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. Grazie.
E questo, ok?
Grazie, grazie.
Questo?
And there's a little present for you. How about that?
Oh, how sweet.
The glass light is a good buy at £27, but have Sarah and Jonty overlooked the sale of the century?
This is Murano glass.
Murano glass, well, we are in Italy. Yes, I do.
These look
Which
good,
one do you
don't
want
they?
then?
Do we just have to buy one?
Well, we want to go and buy the bird, don't we?
Not necessarily.
You're fighting a losing battle, Mark.
We've got €135 left, right? Which is roughly 90 quid.
Yeah, how many could I buy here for that?
Well, you know,
Forget the bird.
The bird's €100, so buy a couple of these and we'll go and get the bird.
Time for Isabella to play her trump card.
I think all of them.
Say again?
All of them.
You want to get all of
I
them?
want to get all of them. Don't you think? I think it'd be really good. They look really good together.
They're screamingly cheap.
They're screamingly cheap.
Now she's talking Mark's language. With 10 minutes left, Sarah and Jonty have £31 to spend.
We need a stool. Or your sunglasses there.
Is Jonty getting desperate?
Where are the bargains? Over there? Or there? That's an inkwell
Yeah,
and a little holder there for your pen.
for the pen.
Now that is seriously Art Deco,
Yeah.
which,
it's very
to be honest, is very cool at home at the moment. And that's polished slate by the looks of it. It's very difficult to tell in this light all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Let's pop it back there. Now, do you like it?
I do like it.
Yeah?
Now Isabella and Mark have agreed on the vases, they need to try every trick in the book to get the best price.
200 for the lot. 200 euros. We haven't got 200
No, we
euros.
haven't got 200 euros.
Show her the colour of your money. 135. Oh, beautiful lady. What do you say?
How about flattery?
She's got lovely eyes. Look at her eyes. What do you say, beautiful lady?
Maybe bribery?
This is all we've got left, right? I'll give you my heart.
If all else fails,
Please,
beg.
Please, beautiful lady.
Solo perché siete molto simpatici e mi hai dato il
I
cuore.
think she said I'm a bit of a smoothie and she'll take the deal. Yes?
Hooray.
And we have spent all our money. Hey! I'd like to say one thing. I think Father Christmas has come early.
I think he has.
That's £91 for 16 vases, which works out at less than £6 a vase. Can Sarah and Jonty sign off their day in style?
Signor, quanto costa?
Questo costa 45.
So your best
No,
price?
best price is 45.
45.
Should we-
All right.
Okay, you have a deal. Grazie.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Okay, let's give the man the money.
That's Sarah and Jonty spent up to, and £31 for that Deco inkwell should put them back in the black when they sell in the UK. Well, it's certainly been a hard day's night here in Grottomare, but the tireless teams have managed to spend every last penny of their £350. Sarah and Jonty ended the day with 13 items to take home, whilst Isabella and Mark bought in bulk and finished with 32 items. The pick of Sarah's stockpile could be the collection of contemporary Tuscan ceramics. The 6 pieces cost just £55, but should be worth at least 15 quid each back in the UK. The gesso corner brackets are seriously beautiful, but £101 is a lot of money to invest in one item. Of Isabella's hefty haul, I think the apothecary box with its 8 individual compartments seems like great value at £34. Although the leopard print handbag may be £27 too much for UK tastes. But which items do our teams think will bring home the bacon?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think that this evening's experience has given a whole new meaning to the phrase late night shopping. The question is, has it been a profitable one? Sarah, do you reckon you've got things that are really going to make you a profit back in the UK?
Let's hope so. We've certainly got quite a good variation, so I'm thinking that we have, yeah.
And what's your most favourite thing?
The decorative wood panels. We bought 2 of these.
They're really,
Yeah,
really very
love
nice. Do you
that.
agree, Jonty, that those are going to be the things to make you most money?
Those will make a profit, I'm absolutely sure about it. But believe it or not, we found 2 items that were actually made in the UK. One being this beautifully carved gavel. It's quite extraordinary, really. It's Scottish. It's about 120 years old, and it should turn us a tidy profit.
Ah, there you see. And of course, you've got the advantage of already having won the bonus item.
Absolutely.
So, Isabella, you've got a bit of catching up to do. Do you think the things that you bought are going to do that for you?
I hope so. Yes, I think we've done quite well. So we've got a nice mixture of things, and I'm very pleased with them. So hopefully.
And your favourite thing?
One of my favourite things is this little box here, which has got a really pretty design on the top.
And what about you, Mark? Do you reckon that you're on a winning team here?
What with the shark, the feeding frenzy shark? Once you started going, I mean, we bought 16 Murano vases for 135 euros, roughly 100 quid. I don't know how we done the deal, but it was brilliant.
And you really think that's going to turn you a good profit?
Well, less than a tenner. It's got to be a profit in that.
Got to be a profit in that. Well, the thing is, of course, now we've got to leave the sun of northern Italy, head back to a market in the UK. That's when you will next see all of these treasures, and we'll see you there. Well, our goodies from Grottomare have made it back to Britain, and we've come to Tatton Park in Cheshire to flog the lot. Now, I'm at a country fair, which is why I'm surrounded by all sorts of different country pursuits and demonstrations, including a wonderful demonstration on falconry, which is where this lovely chap comes from. He's called Darwin, and he's a giant European eagle owl. And obviously what we're hoping for today is lots of eagle-eyed bargain spotters who are going to come and buy some of our special Italian treasures. But you have to remember, of course, that Isabella and Sarah do have years of experience in the retail trade. But they are going to need all of it today because they are in competition against each other, and they have just this one day in which to sell all of their goods.
The first task for retail experts Sarah and Isabella is to unpack and put their prize items on display.
Lovely apothecary box.
That's great. I'll buy that off you if you don't sell it.
I don't know if you'll be able to afford it, actually.
I don't know. With all my proceeds, I reckon I might.
With just one damp day to sell all their stock, the girls are going to need to get their prices right.
Start high, because unlike you in your retail trade, with antiques you can start high but then come down.
I'm really believing in this huge amount of Murano glass.
Definitely. Well, that was our best buy, really, wasn't it? So, and it looks really great.
That's our antique sandwich board.
Yeah.
All right, there's bargains this way.
If they want to buy more than one, do them
Job
a
it
dip.
up, yeah.
Okay.
I think that's really where we're going to win this.
Yeah,
Are
definitely.
you happy to win?
I'm very happy to win.
I think it's going to be a walk in a country park.
I hope you're right.
Isabella and Mark may be feeling bullish, but the early browsers have made a beeline for Sarah's Tuscan ceramics.
Make her an offer.
14.
Sold!
Sold.
Bravo!
Fabulous.
So it's Sarah who bags the first sale with a £4.50 profit on one of her 6 Tuscan pieces. Can Isabella stay in the picture?
So what sort of money are we asking for this today?
I'd be looking at about £45.
Looks like it needs a bit of tender loving care, doesn't it?
I think it adds to the rustic charm, actually.
15.
I can't go that low.
15.
27 euros bargain.
Well, go on then, 27.
Thank you very much.
Isabella's gone one better, making £7 profit on her print. But rival Sarah's already chasing her second deal of the day.
Which one do you like? You like fish? He is cute, isn't he? You like that one and you like the snake, sorry.
Time for Isabella and Mark to start the sales pitch for their 16 Murano vases.
These are like £60 a lump, €100 each. But we just bought a whole job lot, and that's why we can sell them a bit cheaper. We basically stole them.
Now, are you sure these are the 2 you want? Sure. Sure. I think you've made a wise decision. What about £6 for both of them?
Do you think? Yeah, that's a bargain.
Do you think that's a big bargain? I think that's a bargain.
A bargain indeed, but crucially for Sarah, it's a profit. And I think she's onto a winner selling these glass animals at £3 each.
I'll do that and that for 30 quid the pound.
How much is that?
I don't know what it means, but he's doing that.
It's a good sign.
I want you to spend money.
Sarah's little animals are selling like hotcakes.
At my last couple. Do you know what I'm selling these for? £3. Is it a deal?
Yeah.
Very good. Let's shake on it. £3. £3.
That's it, they've all gone. And those 10 glass pieces have turned into a very healthy £17 profit. If only she'd bought more.
If you buy that one, what you're going to find is this one back here is going to be lonely without his brother.
28 is good.
27, I'm not going to any lower than that, 27.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's a great result. Those Murano vases cost just £6 each, and the first 2 have sold for £27. Wow, these girls are off to a flying start. Well, we're at a country show where the only antiques on sale are the ones that we've brought with us, but there are lots of ancient arts and crafts, and really this is one of them, falconry. Debbie, you're the expert on this. It is a very, very ancient art, isn't it?
It is. It started around 2000 BC, not actually in Great Britain, but in the Far East, in Japan and China. And it came to England about medieval times.
And this one is what then?
She's a Saker falcon. Her natural country of origin would be the Middle to Far East. She's a bird which, in fact, the Arabs still work with and hunt in the desert today. So it's a very favourite bird for them.
So presumably the way that you are training the bird now goes back, as you say, to, what, 2 centuries BC?
It really is quite interesting. interesting to recreate a part of history because it truly was the sport of kings and queens.
Well, back at the stalls, we have a battle royal on our hands, with both girls doing a roaring trade. Encouraged by her early profits, Sarah is trying to flog her most expensive item.
Well, looking for about 200 actually.
Can't be anywhere near that.
Do you know what they are first?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you're aware?
Yeah, they're delightful. A little bit sort of...
Yes, but wouldn't you be after 140 years?
I'm not sure she's old enough to buy antiques, Mark.
Mum, do you want to have a look at the store and see if there's anything fancy?
Candelabras quite nice.
If that was in a shop in London, we'd be looking at £50–60. But we'll do it for 40 quid.
Yeah. 20. How much cash have you got?
At the neighbouring table, Sarah and Jonty are doing their best to sell those £101 corner brackets.
We're struggling at 50.
Really?
£50.
Struggling at
Crikey.
Look, she's waving, she's getting upset.
35.
24?
Yeah, including the candles.
30. 30's good price. 30.
It's an absolute bargain.
Right, £25, we got a deal?
Yeah, go on then.
£25. Or you keep that and I'll keep that.
No, I'll have the baby.
Sure?
Yeah.
Isn't she beautiful?
Well, Mark's baby talk has helped Isabella to a very grown-up £8 profit. Can their opponents count on a similar result?
£40. This is looking rather desperate.
Yeah. 78. No, 50, 60. 88. 88.
It's nearly 50.
£49.88. Are you going to sell to this lady for
Break my
£49.88?
heart. But
Are you?
I'm afraid she is, Jonty. After all, 50 quid is 50 quid.
thank you very much. Thank you. Oh no.
What have you done?
Perhaps Sarah can take heart from the sight of her rival's stall, which is still piled high with unsold Murano.
Where's it all from? We bought it in Italy last month, and it's actually Murano glass.
30 quid. 25, come on.
It's lovely, but I'll think about it.
20 quid, final price.
Really stunning.
20 quid.
No, I'll think about it. Okay.
You can't win them all.
They're not antique.
I realise that.
Yeah.
I realise that. What do you think then? Willing to give me an offer?
I quite like the two of them though.
Yeah.
It's quite nice as a pair.
Nice as a pair.
You take 40 for two of them?
Oh yeah, go on then. Yeah, 40 for two. 40 for two.
That'll do nicely. A clear £22 profit on those trendy Tuscan dishes ought to put the smile back on Sarah's face. There's 2 hours left in today's market and the weather has taken a turn for the better. But both teams still have plenty of items left to sell, and Jonty has a new tactic for Sarah.
Oh, I can see it.
We should not be under the covers here anymore. What I want to do is take the table all the way through out there. Let's go and take the antiques to the people.
Isabella's far too busy to think about moving her stall.
If you bought this, I probably could do you a really good deal on something else, like maybe one of the vases. I don't understand.
This one's nice, my girlfriend would probably like that.
£45?
You did them for 40.
Okay, it's a deal.
Bella, do you fancy him or something? I've never seen you give such a good discount before.
Isabella sold the apothecary box for £40 and thrown in a Murano vase for free, and she still made a profit. She certainly knows how to do the business.
We were asking £30. You can now have it for a tenner for a pair.
I do like that.
Can we sell them to you?
Oh, yeah, go on, I'll take
£10?
Yeah.
Very good.
Sarah's other Tuscan pieces have also proved profitable, so she's accepted a loss on the last 2 bowls. Isabella's mountain of Murano glass is finally going down.
Now, if I said £100, you're going to say no.
Well, you know that already.
Right, but if I was to say a fiver, you, for the lot, you say yes.
I'd snap your hand off.
So,
£7.
You've been to the beer tent, haven't you? I know you. Give me 30 quid for the free.
£21 and 10p.
I think we should actually.
Take your money,
Yeah.
go on in.
Yeah.
That's still a £3 profit, and those Murano vases are filling Isabella's money belt beautifully. We're into the last hour of selling for Sarah and Isabella, and with potential buyers starting to leave, the teams are under pressure to pull in any last-minute profits they can.
Quite like these actually.
They're lovely, aren't they?
We started at 80 this morning, but we're saying 50 now. 50 for the 2.
I don't like them that much.
Can you feel the way that's all sharp?
Yes.
And that is the lead crystal, good quality lead crystal cut. If it was just boring glass, you wouldn't be able to do that. And if you give it a little flick,
Hello.
Hear that?
Still got the gavel.
Thank you.
I'll give you 15 for them.
How about 19?
15.50. Go on then.
Thank you.
That's Isabella's biggest loss of the day, and Sarah's struggling too.
They have to go. We've got to stop. That really hurts. That really hurts.
I'll go 30.
Okay,
30. Go on then, 30.
Talk about biting his arm off, but £30 is still a loss. The lady who bought Isabella's crystal glasses isn't finished yet.
Now, this would be a really good present for your daughter, and when she's older, that'll be worth a fortune. Cost me £27.
Seriously.
15 quid is yours. That's a cracking piece. Oh, 12, all right. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Take care, darling.
It may be another £15 loss, but at this stage, every penny counts. Sarah's managed to sell my bonus item, but for a mere £4. And suddenly, all the buyers have disappeared. Isabella and Mark have decided to go buyer spotting with their remaining items.
Right, Mummy, what do you think? A tenner for these three?
No way.
What?
I think £3 for the two is great. Okay.
4. How about 4?
I'm really sorry, but £3 is just as far as I'm going.
3.50.
Okay.
Sure.
3.
It's another £3 in Isabella's belt, and this could be Judgment Day for Sarah.
How much is this? £35 to you. This is my last few things to sell on the stall, and that's a good bargain, I think. 35. What do you reckon? 15?
20.
20? The last item I'm probably going to sell today. There you go. Well done. Thank you.
That's a whacking £31 loss, but at least it's £20 in the kitty. Can Isabella and Mark raise a toast with their last item?
£10. Yeah. Cost us twice that.
Yeah, it did.
Go on, we'll take your money.
Yeah.
Take your money. Sold out.
Yeah.
Come here. Well done.
Well done to Isabella, who's managed to sell all her items in just one day. Sadly, rival Sarah will be taking home a few souvenirs.
Lonely on the stall with 3 items left.
But the most important thing here is profit, so it's time to do the counting. Sarah's most profitable item was the collection of 10 glass animals. They flew off the stall at £3 apiece and left her wishing she'd bought more. But her biggest loss came in the ornate shape of those gesso corner brackets, which yielded a disappointing £50. Isabella's day was made by her 16 Murano vases, which cost just £6 each and brought home a whopping £161 in total. However, she lost out on her collection of crystal glass, which returned less than half her £40 investment. But which of the girls has finished up clutching the most cash? Well, Sarah and Isabella, how has this been as a day for two ladies who are used to the retail trade in Oxford Street?
Give me Oxford Street any day, I swear. It was a really tough day today.
It was quite hard work, especially the rain this morning, which didn't really help matters.
No, well, the rain went, the sun came out, and your fortunes improved with it. I have to say, Sarah, those Murano glass animals that you bought, you were selling them like hotcakes.
Absolutely. We had people coming back to the store this afternoon saying, where are the animals? But they'd all gone, unfortunately.
Now, I'm going to ask Isabella about the glass vases, but before I do, I have to ask you guys, because you turned them down, didn't you?
I know, absolutely. Regretting that, possibly.
Regretting it. But, Isabella, they turned out to be a salvation for you, didn't they?
They did. I was really, really pleased I bought them. And some people actually bought more than one, which was even better. So we were selling, I think, 3 at a time at one point, weren't we?
We certainly did.
So they went really well, and they drew people to the store as we'd hoped.
But I seem to remember, Mark, that you wanted her to buy an automaton. You didn't want her to buy those vases, did you?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We was heading back to buy the automata, and I must admit, I still think it would have made a profit, but you were right,
Not as
Bella.
much.
No, we made, I think, over £70 profit out of the Murano glass, so you were right. If I had a hat on, I'd eat it.
Well, you may still have to, because I can now tell you what the result is. And you, Sarah, made £201.
That £1
Those
all the difference.
Yeah, those little glass figures were pretty good. But, Isabella, thanks to the vases, you have made £352.
Wow.
So you've actually turned in a profit, you see.
Excellent.
And the prize is a genuine Art Nouveau silver tray.
Fantastic.
I hope you like it.
Thank you.
It's I hope going to be a very happy reminder of what was for you a very successful day, not just in Italy, but also back here at home at Tatton Park.
Thanks
to both of you.
Thank you.
And that's it for today. Of course, we'll be back again, and when we are with more Sun, Sea and Bargain spotting, I hope you'll be there to join us. Until then, bye-bye.